there's Cinnabon, if you can't tell. Somebody was asking about how I acquired him or noticed him. And really it all starts where I was, moved to the country. And occasionally I would see random cats. And he was probably one of the random cats. Just wandering around the yard. And the previous homeowner said, yeah, don't shoot any of the cats. Like, I really don't shoot animals. And I don't shoot animals. Not that I'm against hunting. I'm just not a hunter. But anyway, he said, yeah, don't shoot the cats because they're neighborhood cats. So I assumed he was a neighborhood cat. And I noticed this one, Cinnabon, that you see here, would hang out around my house a lot. And so I'm like, I don't know if he has a home. Because there's a few other cats that hang around the neighborhood. You've seen at least one other one in the videos. And so I wondered what was going on. So I went out there to try to pet him. And I was surprised that he would run away from me. I couldn't get near him. Like 20, 30 feet and he was gone, which I thought was weird because I'm not used to. I was never really been around cats that did that. I thought they would at least, get close, and I'd put food out there and he wouldn't always get it. And then one day, when I get some extra food, I just throw it out in the woods, just for possums and stuff to get. And I noticed that he would eat some like chips and stuff, weird food that you wouldn't expect a cat to eat. And he is a picky eater right now. Of course, he's spoiled now, but I noticed he was eating chips and stuff. I'm like, that can't be good. But he looked really hungry. He was thin. I at that point I noticed his ear was cut. I researched that. Apparently it's trapped in a release, so I assumed he was feral. I don't think he really ever was feral. He may have been, but it seems like he had a home. But anyway, I bought 2 little stainless steel dishes, put cat food in there, and then water. And basically a day or two, when I started putting it out on my deck, he would eat out of the food bowl and drink water out of the water bowl, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I couldn't even get from the inside of my glass slider to watch him do it. If he knew I was there, he wouldn't come near me. So I would kind of sneak around the corner and I'd get really close through the glass and watch him just for fun. It's probably creepy thinking about it, but he would notice me watching through the glass and he would see me and bolt. He was terrified, but it was kind of fun just to sneak up on him. It was almost like a game. But eventually he got comfortable enough where I could watch him through the glass and he was okay with it because he knew through just time, I guess, and trust that I wasn't going to get him through the glass. But as soon as I went to the door to open it, he was gone. And long story short, eventually I would be able to open the slider door and just kind of watch him from the opening. But you could never touch him. He would just freak out. And it started to get colder outside. So he's basically my outdoor cat at that point. He's free to go. He's always free to go, but he always comes around because I give him stuff and he likes it. But it started to get pretty cold out there, and because I was feeding him, I felt obligated to give him shelter. So I bought him a nice house, which you've seen before in his videos, I think. Here, I'll go out there real quick and show it to you, I guess. So you have a deck. You have his house right there, shingled house. There's some insulation in there. Probably should take it out because it's getting warmer. Painted it real nice. It's a nice house, slightly elevated. And he's where's he now? He's like, why are you showing people my crib, huh? It's okay. Just showing people your sweet house that I gave you. It's pretty big. It's probably too big for him, but it's basically a dog house with a kitty-sized hole. And he really likes it. I'll see him better with this light on. So, built him the house. And basically the next day, if not the day of me putting this out there, I saw his little head peeping out of there. And I thought that was the coolest thing. Like, he knew I put it out there for him. And I took a couple pictures of his head peeping out there. It was just really cute, just kind of looking at me. And then within really seconds, he fell asleep. So he was comfortable with me being inside the house. But every time I tried to go out there to pet him, he would bolt. And eventually, when it was really, really cold, I held the treat out. And he walked out of his house. And he kind of stepped back in, walked out, stepped back in. He wasn't sure what to do. But he eventually slowly came to my hand and ate right from my hand. I thought that was really cute. And I was honestly afraid to touch him because I heard certain feral cats could freak out and just sink their teeth in your arm, so I didn't want to pet him. And then eventually when he came inside, which you saw in the video before, he basically, I didn't want to pet him because I wanted to spaz out and bite me like I've heard they can do sometimes. So I just kind of waited and just kind of sat in my house. He was walking around the carpet, just kind of prowling around. It was probably about right here where he actually just kind of rammed his head, kind of brushed his head against my arm. So I knew at that point it was safe to pet him. So I petted him and it was pretty cool. Those are some of my earlier videos. You see him do that. So it was a slow but sure process. Isn't that right, buddy? So now you can pet him all the time, but he used to never like that. I felt bad for him one day because I had a live trap out there, which was intended for a possum that was stealing his food. And now I time it to where I try not to have too much food out at night because I trapped Cinnabon in that live trap. And it came home after work one day, and it was raining real hard, and poor little Cinnabon was in the live trap, howling like a distress call. And I released him from the trap, and I felt really bad because he's like, "Oh, why did you do this to me?" Then somebody at work said, "He's like, well, he saw you release you from the trap. He didn't see you put the trap out." So that might have helped with some trust there. And at that point, he wouldn't let me touch him. I released him from the trap, and he bolted. So that was kind of funny. But that's pretty much, summarized version of him. Sort of entering in my life, just kind of a random kitty. My theory is he probably was abandoned by someone out here. I don't know if he was born in the wild. I think he had a house because he knows not to stay on the counters. And when I do catch him on the counters, which is rare, he has a guilty look and he basically hops off. And he also knows how to open cupboards, which is really funny. He did that almost immediately when he first started coming out of the house. He opened the cupboards, looked inside, and if there was washcloths or something, he would lay down in them like a bed, which is really cute. So yeah, that kind of summarizes it. I think he's getting annoyed with me petting him, so I'll let him be and just kind of film him. But yeah, you can tell when he gets annoyed. He makes like a funny kind of meow. It's kind of interesting when you hang around cats. You sort of learn their language, if you will. It just takes time, but it's fun. It's a fun process. Never thought I'd have a cat, but now I do. Or you could say a cat has me. Isn't that right, buddy? Yeah? Yeah? Well, now you want me to pet you? That's good. Yeah, he's a good cat. I want to sign off for now. This video is a little longer than my normal length of video, so I don't want to keep up with tradition and keep it short and sweet and to the point. So I will talk to y'all later. Thank you, and for the comments too. Those are real nice, and he appreciates them as well. If he could understand them, which he might. You never know. Might be a little human brain stuck in there, huh? No. All right. Bye-bye. Say bye. Okay. Quiet. I get it.